Many people believe that the top 1% of cryptocurrency holders are individuals who have invested large sums of money. But the truth may surprise you. If you want to join the elite 1% of crypto investors, you don't need millions of dollars or thousands of coins. In actuality, things are slightly different, particularly in regards to XRP and the ascent of what percentage of Ripple XRP do you need to own to be in the top 1% of holders. Early investors have made a killing off of the cryptocurrency's meteoric rise in value. Maybe the solution isn't as big as you imagine. XRP's volatility is typical of cryptocurrencies, but the cryptocurrency's growing use in the global financial system and strategic alliances with influential banking organizations and triumphs in court, the potential for growth is immense. In fact, some experts predict that XRP's value could skyrocket, making it easier than ever to join the ranks of the 1%. Picture this: you start with a few thousand XRP coins today, and as Ripple makes progress in the financial world, their value will only increase. You may be setting yourself up for life if you buy in XRP today at the right time with the appropriate amount of value. The question isn't whether it's possible to join the 1%, but how soon. Changing Get Your Money Back ESS. XRP has the potential to be your ticket to financial success in the crypto realm where enormous profits are real. Read on and you could discover a way to get your status among the top. If you want to know what it takes to be one of the top 1% in the XRP community, you have to know what the 1% means in the crypto world. Being part of the 1% isn't just about having a lot of money. It's also about being an early adopter, having a big stake in a cryptocurrency, and seeing major returns on that investment. The group of investors who got in early held on during uncertain times and are now sitting on a vast amount of potential money is ERS. And it's not just the wealthiest holders who are involved. Notably, XRP is a cryptocurrency that has been deemed undervalued in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum, despite the fact that these two have been the center of attention. A foundation for XRP has been subtly laid in the fact that Ripple's blockchain technology is already in use by major banks and payment processes around the world, gives XRP a leg up in the cryptocurrency market. Unlike other speculative assets, XRP has real-world utility. What does this mean for XRP holders? Well, being part of the top 1% isn't exclusively about having the most coins. It's regarding the ownership of an asset with the potential for significant growth and value because to its widespread acceptance and the fact that the world's financial system is moving toward digital currencies for easier, faster transactions and cheaper fees. With the increasing use of Ripple's technology by banks and other financial institutions, the role of XRP in the ecosystem is taking on greater significance. Payments made throughout board. With the current price of XRP and the future potential of Ripple's partnerships and legal victory, a smaller but well-timed investing now could put you in a strong position to be part of that top 1%. The demand for XRP could increase significantly, driving up its value. I'll speak about the exact amount of XRP you need to join the elite. An investment today could be enough to put you in the top 1% when XRP reaches new heights. 1%, the quantity of XRP needed to go to the top. The current price of XRP is still quite reasonable when compared to other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, and the percentage of holders may be lower than most people assume. Ethereum, which means that if you buy in at the right moment, you might have access to huge gains in the road. To put it in perspective, right now, the price of XRP fluctuates at a few dollars, so even normal investors can buy thousands of units. A respectable amount may be yours after amassing, say, 10,000 XRP. As the value of XRP increases, this might lead to substantial gains. However, being into the top 1% of XRP holders isn't solely determined by the RO number of coins. Time and future value are also important factors. If the price of XRP were to reach $100 per, it would indicate a substantial increase in value, particularly given the increasing interest in Ripple's technology among financial institutions. If the price of XRP reaches its predicted $11,000 per coin, your $10,000 investment would be worth $10 million. However, when considering the broader market, it is important to note that many top XRP holders have built up their coins over time, taking advantage of market dips and price fluctuations. Therefore, having millions of coins is not necessarily necessary. to enter the top 1%. For some investors, getting in with as little as 1,000 to 5,000 XRP could put them in the top 1% when Ripple's global adoption grows. With XRP's future looking brighter thanks to institutional adoption and its role in cross-border payments. That is, if they have the right amount of money to spend, rather than having the right amount of XRP, they might be able to access their investments. As XRP's demand keeps going up, its value will skyrocket. The important thing to remember is that you can join the 1% if you make a smart investment today and hang on to your XRP. As Ripple's technology transforms the banking world, you could soon be witnessing enormous rewards. The top 1% are. What are the potential drivers of XRP's price to reach the levels required for you to join the 1%? It's within reach and maybe closer than you think. If you want to know why now might be the right time to buy in XRP, there are a few important points to consider. Firstly, Ripple's blockchain technology could be used by more companies, banks, and other global financial organizations. As more banks and payment processors use Ripple's blockchain to conduct faster and cheaper international internet transactions, the demand for Ripple's cryptocurrency, XRP, can skyrocket. There will be a greater demand for XRP as a bridge currency, which could lead to a price hike. As the price of XRP rises, you may find yourself in the top 1% of holders second. The future growth of XRP is heavily dependent on Ripple's legal triumphs, especially with the SEC. As the SEC case draws to a close, investors are becoming more confident in XRP's legality, which is a welcome change from the years of legal ambiguity surrounding Ripple. Finding a solution could eliminate the final big hurdle for Ripple, which would lead to increased institutional investment and wider acceptance of XRP with legal. The value of Clarity XRP on the market the value of initial investments may increase at an exponential rate when the price of the stock skyrockets. Consideration of currency's increasing role in the global financial system is another aspect to think about. A growing number of nations are. XRP is a promising contender for widespread adoption as digital currencies gain traction in global financial systems thanks to its capacity to enable quick and inexpensive international payments. As the cryptocurrency market as a whole continues to grow, XRP's potential prominence in international money transfers might propel its price and demand even higher. Grows older, more and more people are putting their money into assets that have practical uses. With Ripple's prominent position in the financial sector and XRP's practical applications, XRP is more than just a speculative investment like many other cryptocurrencies. This offers XRP a strong basis to grow upon as the crypto market changes. Bridge money. If XRP keeps gaining popularity and value, its price could reach levels that would make the one possible, which would represent a huge increase in worth.